What's up, desktopers? Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are back with another video. And today I'm discussing Kai Greene. Is he making the move to the WWE? Antoine Vaillant tears his bicep again. New York Pro Scorecards analyzed. Patrick Moore announces his next contest. Plus, Jamie Johal and Nathan De Asha announce their next contest. Plus, give us some physique updates as well. So let's get straight into it. We're going to start with Kai Greene potentially moving to the WWE. So he posted up this. He didn't make any suggestions that he's actually doing it, but it seems like he's got some skills and some moves. So he obviously practiced this for whatever reason, whether it's a promotional thing or whether he's making a guest appearance in the WWE or whether he's moving to the WWE. I don't know, but he said, stepping into the ring with a machine, Brian Cage, and experience myself, nor my spine will never forget. I've quickly gained a whole new level of respect for wrestlers from amateurs to professionals. Every sport has an art to it. So it's cool to see Kai Greene trying out this sort of stuff, and I suppose it leaves it open really to Kai Greene making some sort of a guest appearance in the WWE. We saw it with Phil Heath, but I think Kai Greene could actually get in there and do a bit of fighting, and I mean, imagine him in the WWE. I mean, I don't think it would happen because they brought in all the testing for all the drugs and all that sort of stuff many years ago. So I don't think it would happen with Kai Greene getting in there. Maybe years ago it would have, but I think a guest appearance is definitely on the cards. We saw it from Phil Heath a few years back when he was Mr. Olympia, and I'd love to see it from Kai Greene. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Would you love to see a Kai Greene as a professional wrestler? Now, I believe Kai Greene will actually make a comeback at the 2021 Mr. Olympia. Many people will doubt that and disagree, but that's my 2021 bold prediction. In our next story, Antoine Vaillant unfortunately tears his bicep again. Now, he tore it, I think it was a couple of years ago. Tore his right bicep, and he's helping, I think, even move some gym equipment for Dorian Hamilton, who's his sponsor with HD Muscle and his coach. Now, I don't know how he actually tore this left bicep, but it seems like it's actually worse. He says it's a full, clean cut tear of his left bicep. He's getting the same surgeon as last time. He says he's managed the inflammation a lot better this time, but day by day it's getting more and more purple. So he's going to get surgery again. He's going to track all his progress as well. With all this, I assume through HD Muscle and some videos on YouTube, also his new podcast with HD Muscle, and also through his Instagram. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But it's really disappointing because I was excited to see what Antoine was going to do in 2021, because in his off season he was looking absolutely amazing. He was the biggest he's ever looked, at the leanest body weight in my opinion, and I thought he's going to do some real damage, because I think if the 2020 Mr. Olympia he's outside the top 10, I thought he could have even been pushing to be in that top 10 or in the top 10, because he was in great condition, brought a good amount of size. I thought he was actually better than Cali when he won. So I thought he's slightly overlooked. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think Antoine will make another successful comeback? I believe he will, and I can't wait to see it hopefully in 2022. And in our next story, the New York Pro Scorecards were released the day after the show. And I wanted to mention a few things as well, because we saw at the Indy, it only looked like they only judged either the pre-judging or the finals. It was all sort of in one. The New York Pro, they definitely judged both. You can see by the scores changing from pre-judging to final. So who moved up, who moved down? Now, Blessing of Waterloo was 5th after pre-judging. He moved down to 6th at finals, and I think that was the right decision as well. So the judges obviously judged both. Dorian Hayward had straight 4ths after prejudging. At finals, he had straight 5ths, but he had enough to still finish in 4th, because Mo El Aman came 4th at the finals because he had a much better tan and just sort of tightened up a little bit, I believe. So he actually beat Dorian Hayward at the finals, but he was between 5th and 6th in terms of the judges' scores at prejudging, which hurt him. So he obviously placed down in 5th place. So very interesting to see how these guys sort of moved around. It's always interesting to see what the judges' opinions are between prejudging and finals. Now, we've got a physique update from Kerrith Bajjo. Now, many of you guys might not actually know who Kerrith actually is. Now, he competed in the New York Pro in 2019 and in 2018. I'm not sure if he's done any other shows or not, but he really sort of surprised me in 2019, placing behind two phenomenal competitors in Eduardo Correa and Ahmad Ashkanani. And there's a lot of controversy between who should have actually won that show. But Kerrith was right there. I mean, he's in that top 3, and it was a top 3 call out, and he was contending with these guys. Now, I believe at one of the shows, I don't know if it's 2018 or 2019, I think 2019, he maybe had a slight bit of gyno. Don't hold me to that. Now, he's an incredibly complete competitor, and I think that he can do extremely well on the 212s, and I think he can be a contender in the 212s, honestly, at an Olympia level, because really, when you look at his physique, he's missing nothing. This is him 9 weeks out right now. I believe the Portugal Pro or the Chicago Pro, based on what he's saying at 9 weeks out, because those shows are sort of in between there. And I think he's going to do very, very well in 2021. Let me know what you think based off these photos of Kerrith Bajjo. I think he's going to be a real dark horse coming into these 212 shows later in the year. Now, Patrick Moore has announced which contests he's doing. He put this up. He said, "Trust, it's all fun and games until I want to play too. Hashtag 12 days. So that 12 days means the California pros in 12 days. He did say he's making an announcement soon, and here it is. So I'm excited to see how Patrick Moore actually looks. Now, Blessing of Waterloo is meant to be doing that show as well. He's pulled out, but we do have Hassan Mustafa, who I believe is doing it. And I'm not sure who else. Let me know in the comments below who else is doing that Cali Pro. But lately, I've got to say, Patrick Moore, I knew he was going to be doing a contest soon because he looks really, really tight. And I thought it's either going to be the Cali or it's going to be these shows a month later. But I assumed it might have been the Cali, and it was. And Patrick Moore won this show, not last year, I believe it was the year prior. Looking a lot fuller than he's looked, I suppose, his last few contests. But I believe, hopefully, he can regain that Mr. Olympia form. I believe it was in 2019, where he was just absolutely shredded. And I can't wait to see if he can bring that once again. Let me know in the comments below. Will Patrick Moore win this show, or would you give it to a guy like Hassan Mustafa? At least those two guys we know are in the show so far. Now, moving on to a guy that has no problems with size, that's Jamie Johal at 6'5". He's 6 weeks out here at the Puerto Rico Pro. He said 6 weeks out, flight and hotels booked, registered for the competition. It's on. He's looking very good. And you got to remember, when he stands by himself, he's never going to look as big as standing next to other people. And he's looking much more complete, much bigger this year than he was last year, where he came, I believe it was 3rd or 4th at the British Grand Prix, looking very good. I think it was 4th. So I was very impressed with how he looked there. And he's a hard dude to sort of place, because you're like, well, he's taller than these guys, but these guys are a little bit thicker because they're shorter. And I think that once he gets to a certain, I suppose, body weight, he won't be able to be denied from either winning these shows or doing very, very well. But another guy that's doing the same show based on what he put up on Instagram, and that's Nathan De Asha. So it's going to be, I suppose, a British face-off there in Puerto Rico. He looks extremely dense, extremely thick right now. He did say in a few weeks he's going out to Oxygen Gym. I called him in the last video. I said, look, I don't know what shows Nathan is doing, but he could probably pull it all together in 5 or 6 weeks. That's exactly what he's doing. And I think it's a great move from Nathan because he gets ready really, really quick. If he can go out to Oxygen and then get himself to Puerto Rico, he can win this show, get his Olympia qualification. I think he's going to look absolutely fantastic. He said the coach, Ahmed Askar, says 6 weeks out. Game on. People are about to be slayed. 20% loading. So I cannot wait to see how Nathan De Asha does in 2021. How do you think he can do at the Olympia? And do you believe he'll win this Puerto Rico Pro? Because he's definitely going to be my pick. But Jamie Johal, I'm very interested to see how he looks standing next to Nathan De Asha, just to see where he sort of matches up at this point. Now, Andrea Muzi, now he is doing this show as well. He's 6 weeks out. He's a dark horse. He looks amazing. I think that he's very complete. If he comes in great conditioning, he's going to be hard to sort of hold back. So this is looking like a very good Puerto Rico Pro. I'm not sure who else is doing it, but I have heard some other names bandied around. Let me know in the comments below who else is doing Puerto Rico Pro that you know. And now shout out as well to Michael Doherty Fitness on Instagram. He tagged me in the Patrick Moore news. So thank you very much. I appreciate you guys tagging me in all the bodybuilding news on Instagram or wherever you can and sending me messages. So just wanted to give a shout out and give credit to the desktoppers out there. So that's it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like and appreciate this content, please give this video a thumbs up, smash that like button, also subscribe and hit the notification bell button. That way you'll be notified of every video that goes up for myself, Xavier Wills at Desktop Bodybuilding. So for Xavier Wills, Desktop Bodybuilding, we are out.